Hello everyone, welcome to my membership registration tutorial. Basically, I'm going to go through with this video and hopefully make it a little bit easier and more understandable so that you guys can go and register your clubs online. So first we're going to go to the Circle K website, circlek.org, and then we'll go down to the membership link, go down to Membership Update Center on the left hand side, scroll down a little bit and you'll have to click on it again. Now we'll maximize this here. And it's thinking a little bit, but we're going to try and make this as easy for you guys as possible. So what happens is generally you guys get a password and a key code in the mail for your clubs, and that'll come pretty soon here, but we're going to use a fake code just so we can show you how to do things. So this is what we'll type in here, the code down at the bottom, and click login. And once it lets us inside, it just kind of explains what you're going to be able to do here on this website. So we'll go ahead and click here to begin. And now the very first thing it asks you is if you have any members you wish to delete. Generally, you don't have a lot, but sometimes you'll have older members who have graduated and don't want to be a part of it anymore. So you can go ahead and click yes and then submit. And then once you get in here, it shows you an entire list of all of your members. And there's a link on the left-hand side where you can delete any of them. So say that Wong Austin graduated. So we would go ahead and delete him from our membership. And then once it processes, it will show him up at the top of the list here with stars by his name. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, the stars actually show you that all of these members are either inactive or they're deleted. So it won't actually delete them off of the entire page, and that way you can kind of see how many members you've had in the past compared to current years. So once you're all done with that, you can go ahead and click at the bottom that you're finished deleting members. Now the next question is regarding editing or existing members or adding new ones. So maybe an address has changed or you have new members. So we'll go ahead and choose yes again and submit. So now I'm just going to add in one member here, but generally you'll have, sections of your membership. So you can go and add as many as you want at a time. So we'll go ahead and click add. And notice that when it was on that previous screen, it showed all of the members that we had before too. So now I'll type in my member. So I have John Smith. You can type a middle name or middle initial if you want. We'll call him John A. Smith. And suffixes here, generally you don't have a lot of those. His address is 123 Main Street. And then you can go down to the city. You can also add in an apartment if you wanted to. So maybe apartment 5. And I'm going to say he's in Winona, Minnesota. But yours would either be Minnesota, North Dakota, or South Dakota. And maybe John, let's see. Maybe John's email address is superman@yahoo.com. Once you actually enter it in, this little red text line here will actually change. It'll verify that it's a working email address. So if you enter something that's not accurate, it'll kind of catch you on that. It's pretty handy. John is going to graduate in 2010. His phone number is 999-123-4567. And generally it's nice to add their birth dates. Some clubs don't have them. He's born on 9/12/1989. Okay, so once you're all done with that, you can go up to the top and click on Update. Once you have all of the information in, it'll actually bring him up down here. So notice that if you scroll down to the membership list, you don't see him anywhere here. It's because he's actually on another page. So down in the bottom right, you can go further with the pages and make sure that you've added your members correctly. So we're going to keep going until we find him. Okay, and here he is. So you can kind of check and see everything that you've added. It looks pretty accurate to me, so we'll go ahead with it. Now let's say maybe we have a member who was a member last year but is another member this year. We'll go ahead and choose Harry Potter here. We'll update him. Maybe this year he's become a secretary for the club. You could go in and edit any of his information, his position. You could add more info if someone didn't put it in the year before, and it actually shows the date then that he became a member and when he was updated too. So we'll go ahead and update him. It's a pretty nice way to keep record of everything. So then you can go down and you can find him again. So we'll go through our pages just to make sure that we did it correctly. And sometimes it's a little finicky, it skips to the last page, but you can always get back to where you need to go. There he is, and he's a secretary now, so it's pretty nice. So now once you're all done adding the new members and updating anybody, you can go to the bottom and click that you are finished. And then the next thing you can do, it doesn't actually take you through this step, but once we get to the new page, you can see that there's actually links up at the top here. So sometimes clubs will have different advisors from year to year. We'll go ahead and choose that just so I can show you what it looks like. Right now we just have our one advisor, and this is our test advisor. And you can't actually have more than one advisor at a time right now. I'm not sure if they're fixing that or not, so we can't actually add another one. But you could go in and update if maybe the address changed. Maybe it's no longer Main Street, but it's 5th Street. And the address would be the same or something. So that's pretty nice too. Same process, it's really user-friendly. So we'll go ahead and hit update. And you can also delete advisors. So maybe your advisor changed from the year before. You could delete the old one and add the new one in place of it. Once you're all done, we'll click finish. And then because you did the advisor after that, it takes you back through the membership to make sure that you've done everything correctly. So do we have any members we wish to delete? At this time we don't because we've already done it. And same thing with our new members and our current ones. We don't have any more that we want to change. And this time, yes, we have made all of our additions and corrections and deletions. So we'll go ahead and hit select or submit. And now it will show you all the members that you have updated in this time online. So we've actually only added one new member, our John A. Smith. All of your new members that have not been paid for years previous will be listed on here. And those are the ones that you need to invoice. If they are members that maybe you added 3 weeks ago and their information just changed, their changes would still be listed on the already invoiced people. So Harry Potter, if maybe he paid his dues earlier in the year, it's okay that we changed it. If he hadn't paid his dues for this current year yet, we'd actually want to add him in the new member area, even though it seems kind of redundant. So then once you're all done and you check all of that, you can go ahead and hit continue. Make sure that everything's correct. Now it asks, are you ready to generate your invoice? This is what you're going to use to actually make your dues paid and make it official. So yes, we want to generate it. And now you'll notice in highlighting, read the entire page before you generate your invoice. So basically you want to scroll down and make sure that everything is accurate. It will actually list the number of members that you have added to the website and the dues payment. So the international rate, this one, it's kind of, because it's a test, it's being goofy, but it would actually show you the international rate, and that would be the $600 or $450 per club. Then it also shows you the district rate. Our district is actually $8 this year, and that would be accurate on the website itself, but because we're in a test mode, it's kind of funny. So now, once you check everything, make sure that you're okay, you would want to go ahead and choose the printable invoice. So you'll click here, and then it will show you everything yet again. So you want to make sure that everything is accurate for your club. If there's anything wrong with your advisor's contact info, your club info, it should be pretty accurate if you've done it in years past. Then it also tells you how many members you are paying for the current year, and all of the dollar amounts listed below again. So you would go ahead and print this screen, make sure you print this screen. And then once you're all done, you can go ahead and choose the click here button. And then it will ask you, did you successfully print your invoice? If you didn't, you would choose no, and you would go back and print it. This will be your record for the club, and this is what you would want to send in to. So then you'll go ahead and hit yes, we did print it successfully. And then it says you've successfully generated your invoice. So now at this point you're all done registering members online. Pretty simple. You would go ahead and take that invoice that you printed out and make sure that your list of members matches up with everything that you have. And then you would send in your check to Circle K International.